Good morning, Titan City. I'm your man Alien, and you're watching the Cyber News. Glasses are back because GRIDWARS is back. So, everyone, grab a cup of coffee because this is probably going to be a long one. We have a lot to talk about. First of all, and most important, of course, as always, it's a full preview of this month. So I will tell you a bit about it. Of course, like I said in the intro, the GRIDWARS is back, and I will try to still officially, but still in small detail, tell you more about it and everything that we were supposed to do, because there was supposed to be video about small preview, there was supposed to be big Q&A, and we just didn't manage to do this. So I will explain everything, but straight to the full preview. As always, you already saw that. This is already online. There are so nice comments, so thank you everyone. Most of you already like it, so this is cool. Business is as usual. We have three releases divided by Titan City Stories, Grim Realms, and Hyperfront. In Titan City Stories, we have Under the Sea, so stuff like in this underwater setting. In Grim Realms, we have some bugs, and in Hyperfront is like loosely connected with the Titan City Stories, with this underwater, some more or less theme. So, Titan City Stories. The first thing I have here is Dorian topside, and when we showed you on the small preview, it was fun comment that because of his hair, he looks like Kurt Russell from Escape from LA or New York. Actually, I was kidding, but that was not my intention. I still intend to do some release that will be related to those awesome movies. But it's cool that this guy is like, you liked him and he like give you this thought about the Kurt Russell. So pretty cool. Nice pose. I think it's like defending, because not everyone have to stand like in the front with the gun. So yeah. Aban and his friend over here, Hamza Wavebender, are actually minis that are connected to the things that I will be telling you about the GRIDWARS, because I specifically designed those two guys to be a part of new faction that will come into GRIDWARS. So this faction is Aurora Collective. I will tell more about them in the GRIDWARS section, but those two guys are like this alien noble high-tech race. This one is like manipulating water, and you can see in his hands, very alien, very non-human proportions, are like weird guy, but fits in this like underwater setting. This guy, Baron Lang, always like Aquaman, like guy with trident, just huge mercenary, like muscles and trident. This one I told you already about. It's like like some kind of like techno mage, something like that. Nora Prince is actually a reference to movie that I really liked. Maybe you saw it. It was Underwater with Kristen Bell, the vampire girl. I can't remember the name of the actress well right now. The movie was actually about Cthulhu, because all the movie took place underwater on some stations. Yeah, and she had a nice character over there. A beautiful movie in terms of design, so monsters and underwater suits. I highly recommend it. It was not very popular, but in the end you see the great Cthulhu, so you have to see it. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. Check this out, Underwater. And she's like definitely a nod to that movie. Cyberfiend is like another just like underwater mercenary, like muscles, guns, and yeah, that was like he and the guy with the trident was like with the same ideas. Seabed is actually the mini made by almost as a guest star. Made by Sebastian from actually from Titanforge team, so from Fantasy team. He will be helping us from time to time. So he was actually a bit nervous. So and I'm sure he was watching. So shout out to Seba. But he was nervous if you guys liked it, and there's nothing bad in the comments. So I'm assuming you liked it. And he's awesome. He's awesome. He's like crawling on the seabed with his giant hands. Yeah, dynamic, awesome mini. And since this mini is awesome, I decided to make a bust out of him. So you also have his bust over here. Submarines. This was like you needed a unit in this setting, and like everywhere there are like space marines or something. So submarines were like a cool joke, like wordplay. And actually, they're like almost all our units in Dynasty Stories. You can take each individual mini and make it like a character. So I think this is cool because that increases the value of those minis as to be useful in your settings, like in RPGs or some other games. So I'm hope that those submarine guys will be useful. And of course, Wave Quest. Actually, this is like not, you probably know it by looking at it, because I love this like old game called Wipeout, some futuristic race game with awesome ships, hovering ships. They have weapons and stuff. And this actually looks like one of those ships, but I imagine it like everything will be going on underwater. So yeah, and I have him over here. I have this guy. I was planning to show you all the minis because I have them like over here, but I have to change the cameras because my normal camera is broken for some weird reason, and we will be just not seeing the details with this crappy webcam. But Wave Quest is actually quite a big model, and he's already presenting himself very nice. But unfortunately, sorry, I will not show you. Then we had the whole picture of the Grim Realms. So Chrysalids over here, and you can easily assume that this is not the last month, because we are starting with them, that they will be here. Prime Lord with wings. So I'm saying this a lot, but I know that you know what we are shooting for with those guys, but also as always, like, because I will later go into questions about general the Gremlins, because from time to time we have this like re-emergence of questions or just comments about getting rid of the Gremlins or something like that. But just take a look at these guys. They look like almost like hydraulics from StarCraft, and they can be easily used in not grim dark future, but in any other science fiction release, and usually we are aiming for this, but also for the people that actually are playing games in the grim dark or like one-page rules. It all fits over there. So this is also for this part of our audience. And the terrains, after Marcin went a bit dark, or just like dark humor stuff about it, still underwater stuff, and the bases like the seashore and water. So yeah, this is like our this month release. I really hope you like it, but like I said, from the comments we can tell already that we did at least a decent job. Second thing that I would like to talk about is, of course, oh, why is this so small? It's of course GRIDWARS 2.0. So at last we were able to secure the date for the campaign. So you already know this is the 7th of August. We already like putting info out. I already made small interview with my mini factory when I'm talking in details more details about the game. I will do this also here, so probably I will put out like separate video just talking about the grid, like in this manner, just talking about the grid wars for all of you that actually already are inside of the grid wars family. So I will be telling about all the new stuff for the all new people. This is just like I'm like was telling this a lot, but this is like awesome small skirmish war game, and we are basing this on the grid. So you have your hexes where when you are walking. So there is now so there is no room for argue when you are playing with your friend, and this was like most of our objective for this game. So it will be not much of a stress, very easy understandable rules and easy for interpretation, so you don't have to fight when you are playing. But besides that, lore wise everything is set up in our like fictional cyberpunk dystopia, but with a bit of high tech, some aliens, so we can find like Star Wars reference over there, like almost all reference over there for all the new things that will come from 2.0. So all the old stuff, it still will be there. So all the factions will be there. Most of the rules will not change. Will stay there, but they will change just slightly to be actually even easier. So that's the plan. So that we will be doing this in this manner. There will be 4 new factions. Each faction will have like 5 to 8 new miniatures, and of course all the factions that you like, all old factions, so like Yakuza, police, or stuff like that, will also receive additional minis for them. So if you are, I don't know, for some reason don't like the new factions, you can still find something for your old favorite guys, like from the first set of Grid Wars. What will be I don't know if it's revolutionary, but earlier there was a bit problem for the people outside of the 3D printing community to have entry into the Grid Wars because they don't have 3D printers. Okay, that problem is like still there because first of all, if you don't have a printer, your only way is to find your friend with a printer or like printing point in your city or something like that to print the minis. But we will slowly try to correct these things with regularly working on putting the physical stuff. So almost all models are physically available on our store. Also, there was like not problem, but this is like more of the aesthetics, because the grid when you play on it, it's essential. So people who doesn't have it, because the neoprene mats were able to you was able to buy them, were quite expensive. And one big breakthrough that we had was like a physical board, but made of cardboard, that would still have nice graphics and was like very sturdy. So that was like quite an achievement for us. So we can physically just buy this when you can buy this on our store or just on some kind of event when we are there, and you can just physically play on it. And for me this was very cool, like reassuring, because it was quite cheap and like makes your setup easier. Second thing was with the terrains, because we have lots of scenarios when you have pre-designed terrains for the game, and of course you will still have to like print them on, like improvise them from your own terrain. Of course you can play with your terrain, no problem, but if you would like to have our terrains, first of all you have to print them from FDM printer, which is not bad, but if you would print them from resin, they will be quite big and chunky, so also a bit expensive. And that was nothing awful, but still nothing very useful. And this time our boss Roman came out with awesome modular system for the terrains. I don't want to like lie to you because I don't even understand the whole meaning. I will just have some screenshots and renders for you to show you this off, but of course there will be like blueprints to show you how you can assemble this into the terrains that we decided that will be useful in the game. But you can also assemble this in like so many ways. Like I also told this in this interview from my mini factory, it also reminds me like old Necromunda games when you have like this old terrain that was from cardboard and plastic, and you can make like almost like towers, and it was like so dense. You don't have to like make this kind of density in the GRIDWARS, but you will be able with this new terrain. And during the campaign, you will receive, of course, files for it, so you can print this. And there will be like lots of flat, very thin surfaces, so it will be easy to print this on the FDM and easy to print this even in resin. So that's one good thing. The second thing it will be that we'll be later selling physical packs of this terrain that will be very cheap, and they will be very easy to assemble. And if you have like one pack, that will be enough for all your games, but you will have like 2 or 3, you can like assemble like so dense, like for example cityscape. So we are very excited about this terrain because this will like make the entry into the GRIDWARS very easy. And about the entry, I'm always saying this in the interviews or on the events, when I'm talking with new people going into the GRIDWARS or old players. The entry level for the GRIDWARS is zero. You can spend like $0 to start to play GRIDWARS. Rules are for free. Dice generator online is for free. Or the cards for all the characters are free online. This will not change. All the new factions will be also there. So everything is for free. You can just like cut out from paper like proxies, print out a board like on standard normal office printer, have a dice generator online and have a blast with the game and check this out. But also on the other side, people like to have stuff like physical stuff. So that will be awesome for you that you can do this also and on our store or in the events in our stand, where you can buy like mats, dices, physical boxes with all the armies which are going to be in probably at Essence. So lots of also physical stuff. So we are like, now this is the time, because we had like it was not a break, but it was like development hell, so like purgatory, and GRIDWARS was over there, but now we are like in the starting blocks, and I'm just waiting until 7th, and then we will just start like with community stuff and all like that, because lots of you like were asking me questions, and I was already like, okay, I would like to help or like to do something, but I actually can't because of this development purgatory. But now this is the time. GRIDWARS will start to develop more. We'll have tournaments, we have campaigns. I can promise you that. I rarely promise something, but I promise you that the GRIDWARS will have some fun community stuff to do, because we are not focusing on the tournament scene. We will have tournaments, but GRIDWARS is not very competitive. It's more like casual game for players to make like cinematic crazy actions and not to argue about points and who is better with running numbers. So that's like of course you can do this, but the idea is a bit different with GRIDWARS. We have like more wiggle room to make fun stuff, not only stuff that are like balanced and very like I said, numbers. So yeah, this is the plan. I'm hoping that this sounds more exciting than I sound, because I'm like sick and tired, like physically. So that's maybe why I look like this. But still, we have to put out this video. I will be answering all the questions. Now you can, if you are on Discord, I'm actively over there all the time. I'm answering all the comments, all the questions, so shoot out, just ask us about the GRIDWARS. We will try to tell you as much as we can before the campaign, and during the campaign I will be all the time useful, and we will try to be helpful for you as much as I can. Also, we cannot do the small preview, but I told you that we will do like big Q&A with our anniversary, but then there was this stuff with codes for 5 parsecs from home, and like the GRIDWARS campaign was just like blowing out, like okay, we are doing this, so there was just no time, and I'm like one man, so it's hard to prepare this and to tell about. But some things, as always, I will try to clarify as we go. Like in the short terms, like I said, this is like in intervals. Like once in 2 or 3 months, you guys are starting to making comments that why we are doing the Green Realms, or why the stuff for the Grimdark like setting. Like of course it's like for the Warhammerish stuff, but my answer is always the same. It was here from the start, and it will be until the Cyberforge is working, because lots of you, and this is not unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, but this is not the vocal part, but I'm assuming that almost half of you, so this is like over the 1,000 people, are actually enjoying this stuff, but they don't telling about. And my story with the minis for the war games is always like this. When I was playing my first RPG, my character was plastic dwarf from the Warhammer Fantasy Battle base set, the guy with the shield and small axe, and this was my favorite mini before I even know from where this mini goes. So this is like almost like history for the miniatures in the RPGs. Like there were no dedicated miniatures, so you're taking stuff from the war games, and I'm always behind the like this Green Realms part with the same idea. Okay, this is like Space Marine, but it also can be like, I don't know, power armor security guy for your like Fallout setting or something like that. Of course, now you have more choices, so you can be picky. Okay, that's your right. But this is what I would like to explain you why we are doing this, because we have like very broad audience. One of the comments under the GRIDWARS news were that it would be awesome for us to just focus on the GRIDWARS and like promote this setting, and for me this would be awesome. But there are not so many players of the GRIDWARS, and we are unfortunately, I don't know, but we are running company, so we still Martin have to eat, me too, from time to time we'll like to eat something and have money for that. So those kinds of, this is like some business decisions, but still artistic, because guys are Martin actually, because it's almost always his job, putting a lot of hours. He's here by the weekends, and he's doing this only because he wants these minis to be the best that they can be for you guys. So like I said, this will pass for the next 3-4 months. There will be nothing about the Gremlins, and then we will start again. Why we are doing this? All the proxies and stuff. But the easiest thing is always this will be there. We made specially for you like separate part when there are stuff for RPGs, like for 5 parsecs from home, for from I don't know, some minis that can be also used maybe for GRIDWARS, for other games. So this is the plan. Last time, because I just want to like tell some stuff that will fit in this big Q&A that we didn't do, but the stuff that is usually logistically problems. So with the files, with downloading stuff, Sync is tragically bad platform from the beginning. At the beginning, if some of you were here with us at the beginning, you will remember that downloads were buggy, laggy, there was a lot of traffic, stuff doesn't work. That's why we put out those mirrors on my air bridge, and now it's better, but from time to time Sync can't just go broken, and we have to fight with it. So I'm very appreciate you guys when you are like just DMing me, sending the message to me and just informing, oh, okay, this is not working, check this out. Because from time to time there were situations when I was downloading everything for tests and it was working fine for me, but on the other computer in the same building it was not. So crazy stuff. Just please just have a bit distance to it, and if you can't download something, the easiest way and the best way is to just give me a private message, because writing this in the comments, I cannot help you there. I don't know your emails, I have to check them before, and I cannot write over there like private stuff like I said, like emails or some passcodes for the releases. So private messages on the Patreon are always the the most successful rate of doing this stuff and like to fix something. So yeah, there's that, and I think I have to wrap this up. It's not. I thought it would be longer than it actually is, so it's not that bad. But still, in the upcoming days, we'll have of course the release. It will be on time. I know that we have a preview a bit late, but now our minis are ready. They are being supported. Everything is getting ready, so you don't have to worry. Release will be on time, as always, fortunately. But in the upcoming days, we will be talking about GRIDWARS a bit more. I will put out more materials, like I said, some overviews of the new factions. Like I said, I will try to prepare the video, like loose video, not some kind of professional presentation, but loose video to talk to you guys to strictly about the GRIDWARS. And we are all excited about the 7th of August because we are waiting on the campaign. Once I will have this interview that I did for my mini factory about the GRIDWARS, I will also post the links so you guys can check this out. But I'm sure that exciting times for the GRIDWARS are coming to the Cyberforge, but not instead of the normal work, but alongside with it. So we have already planned some cool releases for you until the end of the year. You can like for sure expecting the third Land of Sand in December, because this is almost like a tradition for us when we are making stuff, Dune related stuff. So that will be in the December, but we still have some months until the December. There will be some surprises. So okay, I think this is it. We will wait for August the 7th. Shoot me out with the questions on the YouTube. Like, subscribe and like. I'm telling this like always only for your convenience, that you know everything firsthand. I will answer everything that you write. Shoot me a PM or just ask on Discord. If not straight away, I will answer after a few hours, because there's like time zones changes, or I'm sometimes trying to rest on the weekend, but who does that? But yeah, generally I'm answering every one comment and every message and every question. So let's stay in touch. August the 7th, GRIDWARS 2.0, baby. Stay cool, stay cyber.